Hello everyone and welcome back to the Iron Warrior Cosplay Q&A with me, Iron Warrior Cosplay. I'm back. I didn't have a stream last Thursday because I was away on my birthday holiday with my girlfriend, but we're back. We're doing the streams. And also, some sad news, we have only 2 more guests before Season 4 is over, but then Season 5 will be here, and I'm really, really excited for it. So, we've had people jump in. We've got a hydrate from Lord Zug. Hail Hydrate. Hail Hydrate. So, I thought I'd start off the stream in style with this long boy. Such a long boy. There we go. But my guest tonight is Red Field Cosplay. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm jealous
really,
that you got to go on vacation.
I was. I skipped a stream, and it was kind of weird because I had my list and everything, and then my girlfriend, like before I filled that part of the list, my girlfriend just went, she was like, "Oh, by the way, I booked a holiday and this, that, and the other. Make sure you're not streaming." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. What dates was it?" And then she just gave me a list of dates, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
All those?
I can't. I'll check. And I was like, "Oh, it falls on a Thursday. No stream on that day." So while I was getting people together, I was making sure not that date, because that's one of the dates you're not here, and then you're coming back 2 days after. So it was kind of interesting, and also decided not to be on social media for like the whole time. Like I jumped off my Instagram, my Facebook, Discord. I jumped off everything. Occasionally checking it, but never actually being fully on it because I was on holiday and I wanted to be on holiday. But
probably healthier that way.
It was super awesome. But by the way, if you guys want to check out all the links here, all the links for Redfield are here in the chat there. Thank you so much, Zug. Nate, my moderator, Nate the Chill Valhallen, just said, "What is this vacation? What is this vacation? What is this holiday you talk of?" Yeah, it's. I know it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Also, just before the start of the stream, Zug, thank you so much for the dono, mate. My genuine heartfelt thanks to you. I really, really appreciate it. I'm currently working on a donation goal for a new streaming PC because mine. I don't know how many streams you've watched of mine, but occasionally the computer the stream has a heart attack. Like the computer just goes, "Nope," and then just topples over and dies. It's madness. It's madness. But we have the cosplay clipboard with all the questions for Redfield Cosplay, and also, as always, if you guys in the chat would like to ask any questions, please throw them in the chat. My moderators will throw them up here, and I will get them put in as we go along. But seriously, let's start off with, I'm not going to start off with question 1 on the clipboard. I'm just going to start off with this question instead, which is, why Benjamin Franklin the Space Marine? I need to know. This is nothing. This is nothing like that's been out there. We've seen a Pikachu Space Marine. Everyone has seen the Pikachu Space Marine. I've seen a Hello Kitty Space Marine, not in person, just online. I've seen a Hello Kitty Space Marine. My friend David Roth, Extra Cosplay, he does a Darth Vader Iron Hands Space Marine, which is so cool. I've seen a bunch of different Space Marines like that, but Benjamin Franklin?
Yes.
Do tell.
It's not the weirdest question I've ever been asked, oddly enough. So I made him, and this has been circling around, so it's not really like a huge secret. As like a tween, 13, 14, I was teased because I look over the top of my glasses a lot. I'll probably do it for most of the stream. And my bully called me Ben Franklin or Franklin. And I was like, well, that's just the weirdest, like, it's a weird thing for someone to call you, but like as a 13-year-old girl, you're like, I don't look like a 70-year-old man.
No, I get you. But I will say, I've heard people be called worse things, but that's still, as probably a tween, it's probably still something you don't want to be called on a daily basis.
So, like, I guess I mulled over that for longer than I expected into my adulthood. And I decided to, like, I'm also an artist, like, by trade. I have a degree in sculpture. So I kind of, like, mulled that over, did some artsy shit about it, and was like, I'm going to reclaim this person. That is, it is really cool. Like, he's an interesting person.
Yeah,
as a
I mean,
person.
yeah, because like we were saying, like the 2 days leading up to this stream, I've actually been researching Benjamin Franklin so that I could be like, then this happened, and I know this because I researched it and that kind of thing. So it's been quite interesting looking up Benjamin Franklin and like looking up and I think some of the things I like about your suit the most is you'd be surprised. People are like, oh, it's the whole suit and all that kind of thing. And the turkey leg, as we've been calling it, because it's got a turkey on your shin and stuff like that. I love all that. But there's like little things that stick out to me that I personally like. I really like that. And that's your targeting reticule on your eye on the glasses. And I'm just like, that's so cool. Because it's like target acquired, and you can imagine it moving around on the glasses and like going and like you using your cannon and just like shooting it. It's so cool. If you guys want to check out, by the way, the link is there for the whole Marine in all of its glory. In the
he doesn't really look like anything that anyone's seen recently.
Hell no. It is a one of a kind. It is a one of a kind. And it's awesome to have you on my stream of all places, to have you here and just be like, I have a one of a kind Space Marine on my stream right now. And it's so cool. So other than that, did you then, obviously you did the designs, you said you doodled and made, did your art designs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then did you just jump to it straight away? Or did you have to then go, right, now I have to research how to build a Space Marine?
So, my husband has already built a Space Marine. We're a 2 Space Marine household.
The 2 Space Marine household. Yes.
And right now mine is winning, so that's why mine is on the stand and his is in the basement. So we kind of I knew the stuff that went into it, and we kind of knew generally about his is about 7 years old.
Oh man.
So also like technology has gotten better since then.
yeah, I know that feeling.
So we knew what didn't work on his. And then I did my own research about like what I could do, because there are people that are doing like crazy engineering things like inside of a Space Marine.
Oh yeah, I mean Zug, for example, in the chat has an entire frame built inside of an exoskeleton inside the whole suit.
Yeah, so that wasn't going to happen. So we kind of just like, I kind of figured out how I think I could do it. And because I'm not a guy, there are things that I can't, that you guys can do, but I can't. So I have to like engineer it a different way.
Okay, interesting.
To compensate for like a lack of upper body strength, or I am short. Like I don't really fit in the lower part very well. I had to make
with the thighs and the cod piece and the thighs and the shins and it like sitting inside itself and stuff. Yeah. No, I can understand that.
Like I had to make it like a specific size because I didn't also want to. I mean, this is kind of a moot point now, because I'm upgrading him, and part of the upgrade is going to be he's taller now.
Way.
But I didn't want to be a 7-foot Space Marine because I am only 5'5".
You're 5'5". Ah, that's so cool. It's so
cool. I love it.
You're 5'5".
So I was like, this is stupid. Like that's too much. And like, I didn't really want to do a helmet because I'm also claustrophobic.
But thing is, I'm not going to lie. I don't see Benjamin Franklin wearing a helmet if he was a Space Marine. He would have what you had. You have the hat and the glasses.
Yeah.
And like, he's got that like sort of old timey, you've got that piece at the front, which looks like almost like a Vox communicator. Like that's what he speaks into kind of thing. And I think I think that you've worked that in, and that works better than if he had a helmet. Don't get me wrong. If he had a helmet, you could have done other stuff. Like you could have made the hat on the helmet. And like the hat would be part of the helmet kind of thing. You could have done a bunch of stuff with it. Yeah, fair enough. But the way you've gone about it is just, I think that's the way it should have been done.
Thank you.
That's the way it should have been done. And it looks so much. The glasses, I still can't get over the glasses. And the red, because you've got red LEDs, don't you? You have red LEDs.
All
which
the way around
so cool. It looks genuine. But I love this. Zug, my moderator in chat, just said, if I can bumblefuck my way through it, so can you. So if he can like work his way through a Space Marine, so can you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. But
The
yes, we
Fourth
have.
Legion's number grows
Oh,
stronger.
awesome! Thank you so much. How do you say that? Ashley Stanley has just subscribed. Zug has just gifted a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Zug. You're absolute legend. He's going around crazily just like giving a bunch of people subs because he's a legend. I love him. I love him. Welcome everyone to the stream. If you haven't been here since the beginning, I am Iron Warrior Cosplay. This is Red Field Cosplay. We are currently discussing Benjamin Franklin, the Space Marine. We will be discussing other things as well, obviously. But
The Fourth Legion's number
we'll carry
grows
on
stronger.
there. But yeah, so back to you said you obviously your stature and stuff like that. You wanted to get that sorted. So how did you sort of work out? Your 5'5". How did you get it to fit you?
I mean, it wasn't because we had already made one. We kind of understood how the scale worked. And even now, because the newest upgrade, he will be taller. We're still trying to figure out how that will work with the lower half. And if I have to rebuild something, I hope I don't. It was just kind of a hit or miss. I mean, I think that when I competed the last time in him, like that was a super test run.
Yeah.
We have notes, we have things that we definitely have to change. I'm planning on doing the upgrades for KatsuCon, which is here in February.
Oh, yes, KatsuCon I've read about online and seen a bunch of stuff
Please,
online.
God. And then
I love that.
And then the main big thing that he was supposed to do is we're planning on bringing him to Keystone Comic-Con, which is in Philadelphia. Which I mean, like Ben Franklin and Philadelphia are just that's it. That's everything.
Is that literally it? Is that that I don't know. That I didn't research. Is that like where he was born? Is that where he was?
No, he was born in Boston, but Philadelphia is where the Continental Congress met. He had a printing business there. It's like the heart of the Constitution.
Yeah, I got you.
Philadelphia. So he has to go there, and then we'll see from there. Like I feel like that was my best bet to get to C2E2. Was like audience pandering to people in Philadelphia.
I mean, it works. Yeah.
I mean, as much as I say, like, it's pandering to the people of Philadelphia, he is pretty impressive. Like, I think he's made pretty well. Do I think I'm going to, if I got anything in Philadelphia, do I think I'm going to get anything at C2E2? Fuck no. No freaking way.
But you're going to go and have fun.
But I'm gonna go and have fun.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Also, is Ashbel Stanley your other half?
He is.
He is. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. He's also, thanks to Zug, he's also a subscriber of mine now. So welcome.
Who's stealing your account? This girl.
Flood my account. That's fine. bring all the nice new people. I need nice new people. I like nice new people. It's nice. But honestly, it is madness. Like how long did it take you? You said obviously you built them during lockdown. What was the start to finish time frame that you had?
Without the upgrades, a year and 3 months.
A year and 3 months to get him to where he is currently. This is before the upgrades, obviously.
Yeah.
That's mad.
And I didn't work on it like every day.
No.
I definitely worked in mass chunks.
Yeah.
So I'd work on it for like a week, and then I'd have to stop, or we'd have to order something, and then I would go back to him in like a few weeks. So, I mean, if we condense it, maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
But spread out, it was a year and
3 months.
Like 2 months.
A year and 2 months. That's seriously though. That time frame is not really that long, considering like the amount of detail that's on him and the amount of detail the amount of work you put into him, and to get him functioning with extra stuff like the hat and the lights and getting everything done. Like, you know, the painting detail work on the shins alone is just madness. And you know, to a year is nothing. I don't think a year is really that much of a you know, if people think like, oh yeah, that's so long, I build cosplays in this size. This is a full-size Space Marine that not only has no patents for it in terms of it's a Benjamin Franklin Space Marine. There are patents out there for any other Space Marine, but you can't go Benjamin Franklin Space Marine like Pepakura files and it comes up with like the turkey design for the for the shin.
Yeah,
no, it was all made by you. So the fact that it took you a year plus extra design time for your own custom stuff, that's outrageous. That's madness. That is the best thing ever. It's so cool. We have had a hydrate from Munchie. Thank you so much, Munchie, the legend himself. And also we have a question from Zug, one of my moderators. Did you use hand tools or heavy machinery involved in the creation, or was it all done by hand?
All done by hand.
All done by hand.
I think the only thing, we 3D printed the ball joints in his shoulders, but that's really about it.
Yeah, but I mean, still, even if that's it, it's still all done by hand, and that's what's fantastic about it. It's same with the Iron Warrior; it's like all done by hand as well. It's just, it's cool to be able to compare notes and stuff too. Like you have the 3D printed ball joints for the shoulders. I have these pins that from Heinrich's design and stuff. There's a bunch of different stuff there, and I think that's super cool because being able to talk to other Space Marines, like I had a message recently, actually today, I believe, well, this morning, quite early hours this morning, being like, how did you do the shoulders? And it was like 3 a.m. and I looked at my phone and I was like, tomorrow? That's a tomorrow problem.
Yeah.
Because I keep my phone on most of the time. But no, it's cool to compare notes stuff. But the fact that you've got it all 3D printed in the shoulder ball joints and stuff, and everything else is just handmade, I think that's fantastic. Munchie, what part are you most happy about on Benjamin, and what was the hardest part for you to build on him, and why?
Oh Lord. So the hardest part is definitely the hand. This hand in particular, and I would take it off.
Give the man a hand. Look how cool it is. It's so cool.
Because there is, like, hands in general are pretty hard.
Oh yeah.
To sculpt or to draw, they're just not great. So to make one that, because there's also a big piece of PVC that runs through it, so that when the weapon is in here, it's not loose.
Yeah, it doesn't like flop around. There's no risk of it like coming out and hitting someone. Yeah, no, 100%.
So like trying to figure out that whole engineering was probably the worst. It didn't take me long, but it definitely wasn't fun. Yeah. And I've definitely made like 3 hands, and this is probably the best one and the lightest. The best parts, I mean, I'm pretty pleased about the turkeys.
I'm not gonna lie, the turkey legs, and yes, I've been calling them turkey legs because it's just so cool because they're turkey legs. The turkey legs, the design work and like the detail that's in them is madness in like the best possible way. It is fantastically done. Like seriously, some of the detail work that's gone into these. Look at that. Look how, just genuinely look how amazing that is. Look at that.
That is the turkey leg, because
it is. I really hope that you start calling them turkey legs.
They're just the turkeys, so turkey legs is fine. And then the turkey wings wrap all the way around. So I mean, they're probably my favorite, but also like actually this might have been the most. Not annoying, not hardest, but annoying. I made the wing pieces out of the wrong type of foam.
Oh, damn, did you?
Because we have 2 different types of foam in the basement. My friend makes big, like, puppet type things for haunts. So he gave us a piece of open cell.
Oh, open cell is a nightmare.
So I accidentally made these parts out of open cell and then tried to sand them.
Oh, no.
And I wasn't going to redo it. So I made this very, like, this is layers and layers of quick seal.
Yeah.
And then I learned how to sand quick seal.
Oh, yeah. Sanding quick seal.
And, like,
well, not specifically quick seal, but like caulking I use and stuff. Yeah, it's
yeah,
there's a technique to it.
So it wasn't fun. But
I know, I bet. Like, seriously, oh, man.
But I do love them. And then probably the other favorite thing would be the cannon.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time I see the cannon, I'm just like, I love that you put these Nixie tubes in the front as well to really give it that. It's so cool. the whole suit is amazing. And by the way, we will be moving on to her other cosplays, but the Space Marine, it's just
we're here for the Space Marine. Well, that mixes blood, sweat, and tears and shoots out freedom.
It shoots out freedom.
These say blood, sweat, and tears, and then this like rainbow light at the bottom is freedom.
That's so cool. We were actually discussing this on one stream, being like, about meters and like inches and feet and millimeters, and just like going through all the different measurements and how it's like different here, there, and everywhere. And we were just like, do you measure in America, like, is it how many hamburgers per bald eagle times every football field? Is it? And it's like that kind of, or how many freedom units is it per like football field, that kind of thing. And it's fantastic. It's just so good. Well, the fact that you've got blood, sweat, tears, and freedom. The freedom cannon. Just, what was it?
I think that was probably the main starting point, was that.
Oh, you did the cannon first, did you?
Yeah. Well, I designed the cannon first.
Oh,
the cannon,
okay.
There have been 2 designs of Ben. One was like a me-size one, and then he got bigger. But the one thing that is consistent was the cannon.
See, the cannon I like. The cannon I
he
really
is in
do
both
like.
Designs.
Also, Apocalypse Cosplay has just jumped in the chat. Hello. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while, I think. Since I've seen Apocalypse Cosplay. That's madness. I love that there's just new people jumping into the chat all the time. But people are saying that they love the wooden barrel. They love the turkeys. The turkeys are the best. The turkeys are great. Gobble the Emperor's Wrath. Oh, come on, Munchie. Although, if you've watched Rick and Morty recently, you would have seen the turkey episode.
I haven't seen Rick and Morty recently.
It's so good. The turkey episode's amazing.
I'm really behind.
Hey, we have someone saying, hey, alternative culture. CJ Prop Studio. CJ Prop Studio.
Yeah.
CJ Prop
He
Studio.
came Ultimate Cosplay Championship.
Nice.
I put it out on their Twitch stream. Not Twitch stream.
That's so
Discord.
cool. I love it. It's fantastic. I'm stoked that beard. You did stroke my beard back at Cardiff. I do remember. Yes, indeed. Apocalypse Cosplay came up to me and was like, I need to stroke your beard. I'm like, okay.
Hey, I guess that's the thing we're doing now.
Beard. It's like, why not? But yeah, right. Let's move on to questions from the actual question. Like,
oh God, we haven't even gotten to the question.
Written down. So how long have you been cosplaying now? Because obviously you've done a lot more than just Benjamin.
Yes. So before I did mainly cosplay, I used to be a fashion designer for alternative fashion. So that's why my handle is Alternative Couture. So I did that for 13 years. But because Connecticut, where I am, is in between New York and Boston, it's dead. Like, you either move to New York or Boston.
Oh, what? Is it really that? Is it really that just quiet over there then?
Yeah. We're starting, but it's not, the fashion industry isn't great here. But I went all over the United States doing fashion shows for steampunk and Lolita events all over the place. And then I just was like, it's getting really hard. The audience, like, I think I'm saturated, but I also really do like costume. I work in a theater. Costume is what I do.
Do you work in a theater now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool.
Like, I work, it's technically, I guess, like a teaching theater.
Yeah.
I work at in a magnet high school, and our kids go on to college where they work in theaters and Broadway and that kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool. And Broadway's really big over there, isn't it? Broadway's.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. Oh, well, so I'm not gonna lie. That's something new I've learned about you. Then is I didn't quite know about that. But what did they say when you did you show them Benjamin and be like, oh, by the way, I did this over COVID.
They knew that I was building it. They are used to me doing really weird things. Like the kids, my boss there, or used to be my boss, she just retired. It's complicated. I'll just say my boss there would have me come in for special classes to teach them about adding historical texture to a character.
Okay, I love that you can't get any more historical than Benjamin Franklin, I guess.
Yes. Well, I also kind of segue into other cosplays that I do. I have like a 1920s penguin.
I've seen your penguin. If Nate wants to go get a link to the penguin cosplay, oh my god, your penguin cosplay is so cool. You've got that you had that long stick with the cigarette in it, the proper. But I love the way that you didn't go for the classic fake nose where it was like, you know, you used makeup and like contouring to make it look like visually when you look at the photos and stuff, you're like, wow, that's like a longer nose. But then as soon as you take it all off, it's gone.
Yeah.
That sort of, and it just sort of tricks the eye. And I really like that. I think that's really cool. There is a spider here. There we go. There was a spider literally in front of my eye there for a second. I wonder if stream caught that. It was literally this big and it was like right here. Just like, but we've had a hydrate, by the way. We had a hydration from the one and only Wubs. Welcome, Wubs. Welcome. By the way, if anyone is posting links in the chat, only moderators can post links in the chat. If you post a link in the chat, you get timed out for a little bit, but then you can come back. But yeah, try not to post any links in the chat other than moderators. If you do have any links, please feel free to message one of my moderators and send them the link in a private message on Twitch, and then they'll check the link and then they can post it. Thank you. My apologies.
So all in all, for cosplay specifically, the short answer is like 4 to 5 years.
That's pretty awesome though. 4 to 5 years, but then obviously you're doing it as your profession as well. So that's not just a hobby. That's because this is a hobby for me.
Yes.
Whereas you're doing it as your profession. That's absolutely awesome. That is so cool. That's genuinely awesome. I think that's really awesome. I also like I was looking up was it Has Been Hotel? You've done a Has Been Hotel cosplay?
Yep.
Is it Alistair? Alistair?
Yes.
Alistair? I thought that was really cool because I've gone through your Instagram back when I started following you and stuff, especially during the cosplay championships. Of course I had to go on there and like have a look because there's some hilarious photos of you like posing with Benjamin Franklin doing like, you know, wearing the old-timey tights and stuff and like the old-timey clothes, just kicking your leg up in front of Benjamin.
So
Nate,
part of the
I'm
upgrade,
sending Nate to do stuff, but Nate, if you want to go get that one as well, it's like on her Instagram somewhere. She's kicking her leg up like in front of Benjamin Franklin. It's so funny.
So on my second job, besides teaching, is working at a fabric store, and we just got this like stupid American 1700s pattern fabric. It's got like the American crest and American flags and eagles and all this stuff, and it's the perfect stuff to make a Lolita dress. So my goal is to figure out a way to make a super fluffy dress that fills his core part, and then figure out a picture where I can like push myself out of his middle and the skirt just goes poof.
That would be so cool. That's gonna take some doing.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some doing. I can't wait. Let me know when you do that. I need to see that. Like send me it's like the link specifically. I did it, by the way, and I'll click it and I'll be like, because I need to see that. Also, I have a message here from my moderator saying, my friend from Scotland said, "Oh my god, I love her BB-8 and Merida. I am inclined to agree." Seriously, I saw your BB-8 and your Merida. You did a Merida on holiday, didn't you? Like you had what was it? You were wearing something. You had.
Yeah,
like,
I have 5 versions of Merida at this point.
Is it like pajamas? Or you're wearing like a romper or something?
It's like a onesie.
Like a onesie type thing, but it's not like a complete full body onesie. It's like a shorts and a t-shirt.
Technically, it's a sunsuit.
I don't even know what that is, but okay.
If we're talking like, because it's like a 50s pattern, so it's just like it's like onesie. It's a onesie with short sleeves and
a onesie
like,
with short sleeves. Short. I love that. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sending my moderator to get so many links and stuff. I really
just stay on the page.
Just stay on Instagram and go and find it. But yeah, obviously I've seen all your I saw all your design work and stuff. You know, you did the side by side, you did the drawing. Like, this is my sketch and this is what I did. This is like what I wanted to do and this is what I came up with. I loved that. And I wish I had done that at some point. Like, we're building this guy. I wish I had done that at some point. I thought that would have been really, really cool to have like a side by side. But I have
A
recently
new Iron
found,
Warrior has joined our legion.
Oh, someone just followed. Bear with. Hey, thank you so much. CJ Studio, Prop Studio just followed. Thank you so much for the follow. Really, really appreciate it. We had like pictures of my Space Marine back when I first built it. Sort of like this kind of first built it. Like, oh my god, I did not do that. And I was so tempted to do that Space Marine and then like upgrades through time and then like show him now. And so I've been tempted to do that, but I hate the first iteration of him so much. Like, it's so cringy and awful and not to scale and everything is elongated and it's horrible and it doesn't work and it's just I dislike it completely. But I was tempted to do it at some point. We'll see. We'll see.
You should. I think it's really important, especially with bigger cosplays and in like this kind of like fast-paced media world, that like little cosplayers, like new cosplayers, understand that it's time. Like, you'll get there. It's just going to take a little bit of time depending on how much work you put in. It's okay.
Exactly. Like with one of the questions I'm going to ask you at some point, it's like I've had answers from people telling me like, if you're new to cosplay, just jump into it. Get some foam, get a knife, get some glue, and just go for it. Whereas I get some people saying, take your time with it, really study it, research it, like go slow. Like, and the thing is, a lot of people watch videos from like quite big cosplayers, like Kamui Cosplay or what are they called? SKS Props or Odin Makes and things like that. Well, actually, not so much Odin Makes. I haven't seen Odin do it. I've seen Odin do videos, but I've never seen him done these kind of videos where it's like an Instagram video and it's like, and just like you'll see foam go on a table and then suddenly there's patterns on it and then suddenly there's this and suddenly there's that. And it makes it look quick and easy. Whereas it's like, yeah, but that cosplay you just watched a 5-minute video of took 2 months to make. Like, so it's kind of, try not to think that that's how quick you're going to be when you start off. And it's hard to get that across because they're so excited and they want to get into it and they want to do it. And it's like, it's going to take time.
Even me, if I get too far down that rabbit hole, I'm just like, why isn't it done? Why isn't it done? Like, I could just do it right now and it'll be done. It's like, no, it's not. And you know better. Like, you've been doing this for years. You know it's not going to take 2 days. Stop it.
I had to stop. I had to sit down and tell myself, like, stop, because I was in the middle of building a prop, and this was during lockdown when I burnt myself out for 2 weeks building a bunch of props during the first lockdown. And like the first 2 weeks of lockdown when we were all got told to stay home, it was awful. And just like, so I just built, I had all the foam and I was like, let's build these things because fuck it. And I went up to the house, did a bunch of stuff, like got everything I needed, went to bed, and then like as I went to bed, I got into bed and I was just like, I can't sleep. I need to go down and finish it. And like 3 a.m. I came back down here in the freezing cold to do stuff. And it's just, oh, wow, have we had a bot rate? Yeah, we have. A bunch of Necrons just came into chat, and my moderators are banning them now. Apologies, everyone. Apologies if that happened. Sorry about that. Really, really apologies. Sorry about that. Oh, wow, a lot of bots. I do hate bots. We call them Necrons because they are literally horrible robots. But yeah, and when that happened, and I went up back to the loft after I'd finished what I wanted to do. I slept well, but I woke up the next day really tired and told myself, you can't do that again. That's super bad. Because it's as much as I enjoy it, it's going to get to that point where I'm not going to enjoy it, and it's going to become a chore or a job, and I don't want that. I want it to be fun. So when it comes to props and stuff like that, how do you deal with that? You know, like you were saying just now, like you were like, oh, I got to get done. I can do this in like 2 days. I can do it. How do you deal with it? Does your husband sort of like calm you down and sit you down and give you a cup of tea and be like, calm down?
No.
Or do you
he's not that type of person. It's probably, I do get in these like fixation moments, but I'm really well aware, I think, of when I get into a fixation moment, and realistically, can I finish it? So if I'm sewing, so I also try and break up my day, because I do get burned out very easily. I start work at 8:30. I usually work until noon, And because me and my husband both work from home now, I'm like, it's noon. I'm gonna go cook. I'm gonna go make lunch.
Yeah.
I'm going. Goodbye. Goodbye, whatever I'm doing. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And then I'll do something like I'll play a game on my phone. I'll walk the dog. I'll exercise. I'll meditate. Right now, it's not walking the dog because it's like 110 in here or out there.
Wow, really? Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's very
walking the
humid
dog
and
on
very warm.
walking a dog on a hot pavement would be awful for it, poor thing.
Yeah. So and then I sit there for a while and I go, am I ready to go back? Do I want to go back?
Yeah.
If I'm like, you know what, it's an hour, or like I have a client, I have to get it done, then I'll go back. But if I go, no, I don't want to go back today, then I don't go back today.
You see, that's a great way of doing it. With like commissions and stuff, I kind of that's what I'm doing now is what you're doing, where I'll be building something for myself, and I'm like, if I'm getting frustrated or if I'm not enjoying it anymore, I will go, but shut everything down, and I'll go and I'll leave it, and then the next day I come back and I say it like coming back with a fresh set of eyes.
Yep.
And I have a fresh set of eyes, and I can see things and I can fix them. But when I'm doing commissions, I try to make sure I get it done within a reasonable time.
Yeah.
But what I also like is I tell people it's going to take some time. I can't give you a date, but it'll take some time.
I have so I used to be like at the beginning of lockdown, and even probably before that, I used to have these like stupid expectations of the things that I could get done in a day. And I just couldn't. There wasn't any way I was going to do it, but I thought I could. And then I found that I felt awful, like not just mentally drained, but like I didn't accomplish anything because I didn't get my entire list done.
Yeah.
And that would just be like a spiral of depression of like, what am I doing? Why can't I do this? Like these are things I needed to get done and I didn't do it. But you got all of this other stuff done. And sometimes it wasn't things that were on the list. Like, I need to go grocery shopping. I have no food.
Yeah, I mean, that shouldn't be on the list.
That's not on my list.
Like, no, that's like a necessity. That's like something you default in your head. Like, I go shopping. I need to go food shopping.
Yeah. That's not on my list. But I did it. But I didn't get everything else done on my list because I went food shopping.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do anything today. I was such a slacker. It didn't work out for me. No, you still did things. You did things that needed to happen. Just because they're not the things that you wrote down.
Yeah.
So like making almost like a minimum list, I find. Like I had to finish 2 skirts that I'm shipping out. And my list for today was finish skirts.
Yeah.
Now, yes, like my mom went through surgery, so we're still going to the doctors and all of that kind of stuff. She's not really good at driving. She has to eat certain foods. So yesterday, I was like, all right, I have a doctor's appointment, then I have to go see mom. Then maybe I have to come back and then I have to do all these things. No, I have to make sure that mom is okay after her doctor's appointment. She doesn't have food she can eat. I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm going to do this. Did I get to the skirts? No. But I have to understand, like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
And if I don't do this, there's Thursday, there's Friday, there's Saturday, there's Sunday.
Yeah,
I work all day.
Exactly. I love that. That's a great way of going around it. Because I make myself to-do lists. I love lists. I make myself to-do lists. And I could have a to-do list that's like 5 things, but I won't get them done in a week. I'll get them done in maybe a month, depending on what they are. Yeah. But like, and it's good not to beat yourself up about it. It's really good not to beat yourself up about it if you don't do stuff on the list.
I mean, I still do.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Same. It's
but I try not to.
It's really good not to, but like I still do. Like I'll be upstairs and I'll just sit down and I'm like, right, okay, and I'll tick off like 2 things and I'm like, oh, but I forgot to do that and I forgot to do that. I'll do them tomorrow. I get up and then something else gets in the way and I have to do that instead, and it's like, God damn it. And you know, it's just it's a whole list of things. But when a convention comes up, it's like that's all I focus on because that's an event and that's different.
Yeah.
So like, I've got him ready now. I'm not going to do anything else to him now because I've got a convention coming up. I've also got something else coming up which I'm not allowed to talk about. and I've got something else coming up. So it's kind of like, I've got him ready now. Don't do anything to him. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Like, you've got him ready. He works. Everything goes together. It's fine. When I come back from that next event, I won't have another event now until next year. So I'm telling myself, well, I'll have one more event. I think I have 2 more events, and that's it for the rest of the year then. That's when I can take the Space Marine, put him on the table, and then just start tearing him apart and like fixing him, upgrading him, and fixing this, repairing that, sanding this, adding that, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But I swear to you, I'm going to have a list. I'm going to have a list of stuff I need to do. Maybe not in any particular order. I try and order it, but I'll put it in order. I bet you I won't get half of it done before the end of the year. It's that kind of thing, but I will end up beating myself up about it. But it's really good not to do that, and I try not to.
Yeah, don't do that.
I try not to. But you did win Judge's Choice, I believe, with Benjamin Franklin. What was that? What was that like? Was that just out of the blue for you?
It was. So the way that it's set up, so you get to be you get the email that you're a finalist.
Yeah.
And then the way that it sounded was that then you would get another email if you were a judge's choice. Which doesn't make any sense, because if you're a finalist and you're a judge's choice, you're already watching.
Yeah, 100%.
But I didn't think of it that way. So I was like, well, I mean, they announced all the winners. I didn't get anything. Like, it's fine. Because the ones who did place and who they were all amazing.
Yeah, of course.
I wasn't planning on doing anything with, like, I'm sorry. Yes, it's a giant space marine, and yes, it's pretty cool, but it isn't. I'm also really bad at like putting myself down, so don't be surprised about this. But it's nothing incredible. Shut up.
Chat. She's told me not to, but she hasn't told you guys not to. Tell her. I'm going to read them out. I'm not telling you. Chat's telling you. You need to stop that. You need to stop that. Because I used to fucking do that. I used to do that. Oh my fucking God. Please tell her it's incredible. From Stanley. See? Ashby Stanley has said, please tell her it's incredible. I literally tell her this every day, and she never listens to me. But now I'm telling you.
Just for those who don't know, he's underneath. He's like in the basement, and I'm above him. So I know that he can hear me down there.
Nate the Chill Van Halen, my moderator. She's not the boss of us. Your work is incredible. See what I mean? Everyone, jump over to her Instagram and start liking all the posts. So, I didn't say that. No one's gonna. They're not gonna do that. Totally do it. But how like, why do you cosplay? What is the reason you? I know you said obviously you do your theater stuff. You do that kind of stuff like that. But why do you cosplay? Because obviously Benjamin Franklin wasn't a commission. He wasn't anything for a theater production. He was for you. So why do you cosplay?
I think part of it is that I have, as an artist, an uninsatiable, hunger to make things. So I think that's part of it. Like, I have an entire room upstairs that just has clothes in it that I have made that I have never worn.
Oh, wow.
There are cosplays that I have made that no one's ever seen because I just haven't had time to shoot them. Like, it's not worth it. I have an umbrage up there.
You have an umbrage? Keep her locked away. Keep her locked away.
I do have a locked away umbrage. It sounds really weird.
You need to lock her away. She can't be seen. She's hard. No, I'm joking.
I have an Aizawa. I have a few different versions of Merida. Like, I have a lot of cosplays that no one's ever seen because I haven't had time to shoot them properly.
Yeah.
So part of it is like this uninsatiable need to build things and then be creative on top of that.
Yeah.
And then I also kind of like, I do a lot of mashups or like really obscure things.
I mean, he stood behind you. I kind of get what you mean.
So
but no.
I really enjoy people who get the joke. Not that there's a joke to it, but like it's cool when people go, that's a space marine. That's a weird looking space marine, but it's a cool space marine. But I live for those people who are like, wait a second. Okay. Is that Ben Franklin themed Space
But,
Marine?
AKA what happened when you and I started talking on Zoom before stream, and I literally just went, Benjamin Franklin!
Yes.
You live for that, and I think that's cool. I think that's really, really cool. I think that's really cool. I think that's awesome. I mean, thing is, you say, like, you just build things for the sake of building things. I agree, because I didn't have to build this. This isn't for my Iron Warrior. I didn't have to build this. But I did. It took a while. It wasn't easy. It was difficult. But I built it anyway. And it's awesome. And I love it. And I pick it up and I'm like, I built this. And just, there are stuff I would have done differently to it. Don't get me wrong. There's stuff I would have done completely differently to that. But I'm happy with it. It looks like what it is. When people see it, they know exactly what it is. Where it's, well, if you know Warhammer. Not just any random person comes up, oh, it's an executioner sword from Warhammer 40k. But it's, people know it what it is. And it's not like, I've seen props before where I'm like, oh, cool, what prop is that? And they look at me really confused. I'm like, it's this from this. And I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, awesome. And it's like, but that didn't look anything like the thing from the thing. So it's kind of, it's nice to, when you build a prop, that it looks exactly like the prop from whatever you're building it from. But then you say you do crossovers, so there's no Benjamin Franklin Space Marine pictures that you can find online. And if you do type in Benjamin Franklin Space Marine, it's probably going to be you that comes up from the competition. So it's outstanding. It's absolutely amazing. It's seriously, it's like nothing we've ever seen.
To add on to that prop thing, like I'm going to show the prop that you made me get, or the weapon that you made me get. Do I need a mailbox, wand, staff, axe, hammer? No.
But you do.
Am I really happy that I have one? Yes.
Yeah. By the way, guys, seriously, this is a mailbox hammer type prop, and it's, the inside has mail in it. It has boxes, and it has mail in it, and it's just
like, there's no reason to have this. I have a UPS power suit, or not power suit, but like magical girl.
You have a UPS magical girl.
And no one's gonna get, like, they get this, but if you saw this,
it's so cool though. Oh, there you go, the UPS hammer. Yes, that's awesome. Nate the Chill Valhallan just got a bunch of your links from your Instagram so people can go see them. It's so cool, honestly. But is cosplay something you see yourself doing in 10 years' time?
Probably. I don't see myself stopping. I think that it might end up being more like fashion based. Like my Poison Ivy recently.
Your Poison Ivy dress is so awesome. It's so cool.
Is more like high fashion based.
Yeah.
I don't have a body for a bunny suit, so like I'm not gonna do like, although my goal, like people have these crazy goals like building a Space Marine. My goal is just to build a Poison Ivy from the animated series. Like that's my goal. Yeah. So I think it might end up going more in like that direction rather than like, because I don't really play video games. I'm more like a general pop culture person.
Yeah.
Rather than like a specific genre person.
I mean, if I'm honest, I know I have a lot of Warhammer stuff, and I cosplay Space Marine. I play Warhammer all that. Warhammer is a big thing. I play so much other stuff. There's so much other stuff like involved with it, but it's just I kind of focus on Warhammer, whereas you don't really have a focus, do you? You have because I mean, you've gone from Batman to Warhammer. I mean, that's quite far apart. If I ever thought.
And then I do like I have a leprechaun. Like I do mystical creatures. Eventually, the Poison Ivy might have wings, so then she becomes a dryad. Like
so cool. Wings would be awesome. I like. So cool.
I think, well, it'd probably be just the regular like fall down ones because the back of that is so tight that you can't fit any mechanic.
Fair.
Unless it gets very small. It's just because I mean it's so form fitting. It's stupid. I can't sit down in it. But I think that's partially like coming from a theater background is this kind of where are these visuals coming from? They're coming from everything and everywhere. Also probably art too.
Well,
Art
yeah, I
isn't
mean,
made in a
there's
vacuum.
always the artist side of things where you see someone who's drawn something. It's like a crossover between something, and then like someone makes
Yeah.
a cosplay of it. And it's pretty sick.
Art in general isn't made in a vacuum. So you kind of have to take those pieces from everywhere and go with it.
I love that. I think that's awesome. With your mailbox, by the way, Munchie just said you've got a catchphrase that's like "You've got mail, bitch."
Yes.
Like, that would be pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, when I shot it with my friend who was my model, because we were in high COVID and there wasn't anything happening.
Yeah,
It was definitely like more aggressive than I would play it, and there was some like hitting things with the mailbox, and I was like, please don't hit things with the mailbox.
Oh, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I've got the power hammer for the Iron Warrior. That thing, you can hit people with it if you wanted to. Don't get me wrong. I don't know how long it would survive, but you could. I mean, I crushed cans of Coke with it. I crushed empty cans like this with it just to test it out, to see how strong it was. I just crushed them. There's a video of me on my Facebook just crushing cans with it, and people were just like, "Wow, impressive!" And I'm like, "It's all made of foam, so it's just that'll do." We also have a hydrate from Lord Zug. Thank you so much, Zug, for the hydrate. It is always good to have a small like hydration break in the middle of like questions and stuff. It's always good. Nate the Chillvat is posting your links and stuff there. Also, apparently this was some time back, but apparently Ashbell Stanley said, keep in mind she made like 2 or 3 cosplays while building Ben. That's pretty sick.
Shut up, Brendan!
Shut up, Brendan! You just hitting the floor. I love that. But when obviously, please ignore COVID as a thing for a second. Do you prefer to work alone, or do you prefer to work with other people when you're building a cosplay? So, for example, Benjamin. Now, let's say you had like a group of Space Marines in that area, and you were all friends. And would you have called like 3 or 4 of them over who have built Space Marines and be like, "Hey guys, I'm building this Space Marine. Help me build a Space Marine," that kind of thing?
So I guess I build alone.
Yeah, you're more of a lone wolf kind of person.
Yeah, I do have friends that I turn to for specific problems or thoughts or issues, so that we can like group think it. I'll leave it. Me and Brendan, when I was doing Ben, we called it a war conference.
Oh, that's cool.
Where I was like, all right, I have this idea. Is this idea feasible? Like, I am so focused on this working. Does this sound like it's gonna work?
I like that.
And like, I have friends who specialize in different things, not necessarily like cosplay things, but theater things, or my friend who loaned me the foam, not this particular one.
Oh, yeah.
This friend who loaned me the foam that wasn't for this cosplay, but I accidentally put it in this cosplay.
Whoops.
Yeah.
I'll get you back. I'll get you some foam back. It's fine.
So those kind of people I find very helpful. And like my boss at the school knows that I do weird things, and she kind of likes the mental process of it.
Yeah.
So she helped me a lot when I made Alistair, because his coat is fitted and it's not in any shape human. Like that hard up shoulders and then down, that's all foam. So making a foam piece that goes around that piece, like it's more of a mental game of how that gets constructed.
I cannot tell you how how much that speaks to myself, because it is like the amount of times I've just sat down upstairs and just thought and just think about how things are going to go together, and like the amount of doodles and designs and mad drawings I've done that no one would understand other than me. And it's just kind of trying to figure out how this and that and this and that would go together. Like the hand, for example, I wouldn't know where to start with making a hand, but I would have to do a design of my own and try to figure out.
Well, it was a lot of me going like this.
Was it just you just like that, just trying to figure out like, this needs to bend
here,
that kind of thing?
We have a friend who we call the Emperor. Me and Brendan are part of an artist collective, and it's called the Red Fork Empire. Nice. And the head of it is called the Emperor, and he has the giant fist, except his giant fist is a fist. And he made it mechanical so that the fingers move, but it's all cardboard. So me and him had a long conversation of like, okay, so how do you make is it a fist? Is it a hand? There's thumb positioning. There's like, how does that mechanic work? Where does your palm go?
How big does the hole in the hand need to be for whatever you're putting in it to make sure it actually like fits in correctly? Because I've got a power fist, like an actual power fist for my Iron Warrior that actually moves and stuff too. So hand positioning and stuff I can understand. And it's hard to sort of when it's out of when the palm and stuff isn't on it, it looks weird. It's like that doesn't look like a hand. But when you put the hand covering and stuff over it, and you put the palm in, it's like, oh, okay, I kind of get that.
Yeah.
And
his fiance is a big history buff, like massive history buff. So there was a lot of like, all right, one of my upgrades is that I'm putting maker's marks on every piece for every state. So like every state made a piece of Ben.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, and like what piece would each state be? What did they look like? What were they made of? So it was a very like brainstormy situation.
I can imagine that in like a comic book or like a movie form where it's like, the chaos are attacking or whatever. We need to armor up like that. And then he comes in, he's like, right. And then every state specializes in making a piece of like the suit, and then they all come together. There's this like montage of like him coming down on like an elevator, just walking out, and then everything being attached to him. Like, yeah, you get what I mean, right? Just that kind of cool animation of but it's Benjamin fucking Franklin.
This tubby old guy.
I love it. I think it's so cool. And then, like, when he gets out of the suit, when he pops it up, it's like, we should make a mail system and send mail across the... Because obviously, Benjamin Franklin invented the mail system. I told you, I did research.
I'm very proud of you.
I could become an American. I know everything about Benjamin Franklin, and that's it. But out of all the cosplays you've done...
There's a podcast about...
Oh, God, no.
I mean, it's not about Ben Franklin, but it's called Ben Franklin. And it's a 1700s look at America and like the different systems in play during the time. And it's very cool. But they have a few episodes specifically like with historians talking about Ben Franklin.
Oh, that's so cool. Don't get me wrong. Looking up all the, like, obviously I know a lot about, again, names fail me. Lincoln, obviously. We all know a lot about Lincoln, obviously. And then they did that movie, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. That was super cool. That was just badass. There was so much cool shit about that I thought that was fantastic. And then you've got so many mashups of like different things, but in like comics and artwork and stuff, but never Warhammer 40K. And I think I'm hoping that at some point more people start making different presidents. Because I would love to see an Abraham Lincoln Space Marine where it's just all like a black tux, but a giant the giant
stovepipe
hat. That'd be so
cool. There is now a British Space Marine.
Oh yeah.
And they were trying to figure out like how we would battle.
It would literally. Oh my God, that would be so cool. That would be really, really cool. Does your cannon fire nukes?
No, it shoots out freedom. Freedom, man.
Yeah, nukes.
Nuke, yeah.
Shoot some freedom over there. No, I'm joking. We're not going to get political
here.
We're not going to get political here. We don't get political in this stream. But out of all the cosplays that you've done, out of everything, I've scrolled through your Instagram like crazy over the past couple of days. Out of everything that you've done, what is your favorite cosplay that you've done?
Oh, God.
I don't expect it to be a Benjamin Franklin. If you did say Benjamin, I wouldn't be shocked. But you've done so many, though. Really nice ones, too. Like, you can tell the work that's gone into it is insane.
I mean, BB-8 will have a special place in my heart. They all have their own, like,
of course,
things. BB has a special place in my heart because he was my first official, like, I am now doing cosplay piece. Yeah. He was my first competition piece. He kind of has, he has a special place in everyone's heart.
Of course.
Merida holds a place in my heart because I like interacting with children with her. I used to do a lot of like charity events where we would have a whole bunch of princesses.
That's so cool.
And like interacting with kids at a conference, even where they don't really have a reference. Really, like they don't know what My Hero Academia is. They don't know what Warhammer 40K is, but they know what Jasmine looks like.
Yeah, and they know Disney princesses and things like that. And
they have no concept that you are not that princess. So, like, that's always cool. The Penguin, I just retired the Penguin, actually.
No way! You've just retired the Penguin? I
retired him.
A friend of mine in Cardiff retired his Penguin.
I don't compete in him anymore.
Oh, okay. Fair.
And, like, that was, like, the makeup, like, my first start on makeup. And I love Al because I don't know why I like Al. I think Alistair. I think that we have, like, I feel like if I was in hell, I would be him. Like,
yeah.
I am all about just doing the shit for the power, and if there's no repercussions, there's no repercussions. Hey, whatever.
I love that.
And like,
so cool.
Right now, Aizawa is like a special place in my heart because I'm a teacher, and he's a teacher, and like I want to inspire my kids to do the things that they really love to do. And but also I am Aizawa. Like, I'm like, all right, guys, you're not going to shut up. So we're just going to wait here until you decide to shut up. I got all day.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm getting paid to do this.
Yeah. There's a point in my class, I'll tell them I tell them 2 times verbally, these are the instructions. These are the next 2 steps. And then I will write them on the board in cursive. And if you are not smart enough to read it in cursive, or like you weren't taught to read it in cursive, then you should listen to what I'm saying. And if you're not listening to what I'm saying and you don't know how to read in cursive, ask your friend who you're probably talking to. And hopefully they were listening while you were talking to them.
That's awesome. If you're not smart enough to read it like this, then I'm just going to just listen to what I have to say in the first place. That's so cool. With Penguin as well, though, you say you've tried him. You said you're still going to wear him occasionally, but not to compete.
Yep.
Ah, cool. When you do Merida as well, do you do the accent at all?
I did. It's been a very long time, and I don't want to like alienate people, so I'm not going to do it.
Because we have a Scottish person in chat, I think. So
5-year-olds don't know how awful my Scottish accent is.
I love that.
So, and I got to like prep myself to do it.
I love that. That's so cool. Just prep yourself, just like trying to say Scottish things and like
I listen to a lot of Scottish music.
Oh, awesome. Do they
like I like Irish and Scottish music hands down. But I listen to too much of it when I have to go be Merida.
And then you go full Scottish, and then you start yelling for
full Scottish
for freedom. Oh, I love that. With all your cosplays and stuff, what's the most expensive one you've built to date?
The Aes Sedai.
Really? It's not Benjamin. That's interesting. That I like.
I don't think it's Ben.
That's the shock. I like the shock. I like that. I like the shock. I didn't know. I genuinely thought it was going to be Ben. That's quite interesting.
I don't think. Well, so the problem is that the fabric store that I also work at, because teachers get paid crap.
Yeah,
in America.
I've heard that.
I plan 4 or 5 cosplays, and when the fabric comes in, because I work at an overstock fabric store.
Yeah. And
all the fabric is $2.99.
Wow. Yeah.
So I plan. And I'm like, all right, I'm looking for this, and this. And whichever one comes in first, that's the next cosplay I'm doing. So
that's so
I
cool.
think it's probably a toss-up between Aes Sedai and Poison Ivy. Because Poison Ivy is just like time and freaking fake leaves and flying stones.
I bet fake leaves were fun. I bet fake leaves were a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah. and Amazing E. Like, I think I bought out all the Amazing E within like a 10-mile radius.
Oh my god. That's madness. Like a 10-mile radius.
Yeah, so it's not bad.
Well, that still shocked me that it's not Ben, but I love that. Same question to you then, but your cheapest.
Aizawa?
Oh, I still, well, yeah, if it truly is.
I think it's Aizawa. It's probably a toss up between Aizawa and USPS Magic Girl.
Oh, the USPS feels so cool though.
I didn't build the clothes. I altered them for USPS, whereas I built Aizawa, which is literally a black jumpsuit.
Oh wow!
And I have,
yeah,
like, I built a black jumpsuit. I had black fabric. I had a jumpsuit pattern. I bought a wig, and then I made his scarf, and then we 3D printed his goggles. Like, that's probably, like, I think I finished him in like a week. Like, every day was like a piece. So he might be the cheapest, just because he doesn't have like a giant mailbox hammer.
I'm not gonna lie, I do want a giant mailbox hammer now for no reason. I just want one. I just want to make just a standard American box with like the lid.
They're a lot of fun.
For no reason. I don't need it. It will just take up space and get in the way. Why do I want one? Because this is cool. It's just because I can. It's like the reason I built the little mini chain axe was because I had chainsaw teeth left over when I made my chainsaw, and I was like, and I had a bunch of scrap foam left over from the chainsaw, and I was like, I used everything, all the scrap pieces. I used no new foam. I used all the old pieces, and all the old teeth were like fucked up bits, and I just used that. And I'm like, hey, look, it's a tiny one-handed little chain axe. I can give it to kids at a con and tell them to go hit their parents with it or something. But it's like, you don't need it, but I've got it and I've done it, and it's just, and that's it. What's your favorite part of cosplay as a whole? When you go to a con, you meet all your friends and stuff. What is your favorite part of cosplay in general?
I mean, I think I like the connection. Which, like, I like the sense of fandom.
Yeah.
In public is way better than online. I know, shocker, right?
I know, it's not online competitions. I don't get me wrong.
Not competition, just fandoms.
Oh, just fandoms. Oh,
fandom.
Okay. No, I completely.
Like,
I get you there.
It was really weird because I had made Alistair I made before Has Been came out, like by a year. And so it was a very niche thing. Like, nobody knew what it was. And then I would go across a con floor and everyone would be like, oh my, you're Alistair. This is amazing. You look amazing. This is great. And I did it with a photographer once. And he goes, this isn't even out yet. But like, all of these people know what this is. And we all have like a touchstone to opening more conversations. Even when you're competing, if it's any kind of competition in which you are waiting in a line, you have people who are like, oh, how did you do that? What is that made out of? Have you seen the last episode of blah, blah, blah? Because you're dressed like the character?
Because you're dressed like the character.
Yeah. What did you think of like this theory? Especially if you're anyone from MCU. Like, what did you think of that theory? What did you think about the end of this? Did you watch this one? How about this one? So like that whole sense of like connection, I think, is really what I like a lot about cosplay in person. Not so much online, because online can get nasty. But at a con,
like, the second part of this question for you is, what's your least favorite part of cosplay? So if you're going to go into that part, then your least favorite part, I'm going to guess, is what you're about to say now.
It would be like the infighting, bickering, like shipping is weird. I never really liked ships. I think it's because I myself am kind of like demi-asexual, so I'm like, who cares?
Hey,
Who cares?
I love ships. The Titanic, really cool ship.
Yeah.
The
The Britannia, nice ship.
The Britannia,
Good
what
ship.
a boat. Yeah, what a
Phew,
boat.
she
Hell of
was
a boat.
yeah. The Queen Mary. Can we discuss the Queen Mary?
Queen Mary could just the stats on this bitch. No, but but no,
Did you see her anchor?
I get what you mean though. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's the same with every community if you think about it.
Oh yeah,
though.
yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Even the Warhammer community, don't get me wrong. I didn't go hunting through comments and stuff. I saw you post like a bunch of places. I didn't go hunting for anything. I just see you would come up and I would love it and like it because I genuinely do like it and I think it's great. Did you get any massive amounts of negativity at all, or was it mostly positive?
It
Was like a mixed bag.
It was a mixed bag. I think once I kind of treated them like high schoolers.
Yeah, thing is, you kind of have to sometimes, and I agree with that. You kind of have
Yeah,
to. You
so
have to treat them like kids sometimes. When someone comes up to you and tells you like, "Oh yeah, this and this are wrong in your suit," and I'm like, "Cool, could you do me a favor and send me pictures of yours?
yeah.
Show me how you did." No, I haven't, and I'm like, "Oh, you haven't.
Oh, you haven't.
You haven't done right. Okay, no
It
problem."
was a lot of like I got guff, and then I would kind of like squash it really hard, and then they wouldn't come back again.
Which is good. You'd shoot them with the freedom cannon.
Yeah, which is how I also treat my high schoolers as like, you're gonna give me lip? Let me show you how dumb you are right now. Bam! And then you respect me for the rest of the year because I made you look stupid in front of your friends. So like once some of those people were gone, it was pretty positive. Unfortunately, America wasn't having a great time. Like we're still not having a great time, but
yeah.
It's also not like it. If you look at it once and you say, "Ooh, America," I'm like, I already know that I'm not going to like you.
Merc.
Hands down. You didn't take the time to look at it. Like you saw the big ass not even the turkey. Because if you saw the turkey, you're like, wait a second, turkeys?
Yeah, it's like, why?
You saw the eagle on the chest and this freaking belt buckle and the Constitution on his arm.
I love you.
And we're like, I know exactly what this is, and you're glorifying America. And it's like, no. Like, we're going to get political for like 2 seconds.
Go for it.
Ben
I know I
Franklin.
said earlier, don't get political, but it's fine. This is like very old political stuff.
Yeah.
This isn't like
Guys,
now
if you're
political
still
stuff.
upset, like, if you're still upset about this, we need to talk. Ben Franklin was like the first to acknowledge the fact that he didn't know anything and that he could be wrong. He could be wrong. He thought that slavery was okay, and then he was like, fuck, it's not okay. And then was an abolitionist.
Wrong.
And then he was an abolitionist. And I'm sure that he is the first to tell you that he has flaws. He literally has a quote that's somewhere on this guy about like how he's a human and he's not perfect, but he's trying. Like that's kind of the point of him is, and he kind of seems like a person who'd be like, all right, we're protesting something. Okay, that's a good idea. We should freedom for everybody, babe. Let's do this thing. Like we should all be treated equal. Let's go.
I love that. Benjamin Franklin saying freedom for everyone, babe. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
also, I love that the constitutional codpiece.
he had a problem where he was raised in his time, but he kind of got out of it, but he couldn't get out of it all the way because of how long it was, how society had been for his entire life and past that.
Yeah.
And like, I think he would be the first to be like, no. Like
just a big old cannon, no.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hit him to the face.
See, even though we got slightly political, it was still perfectly fine. It was fine. But I do still think this is pretty awesome though, the constitutional codpiece. Like if we
Well, he doesn't have a constitutional codpiece. It's just the
no,
flag.
no, but like we need to make a constitutional codpiece. Like,
Yes,
just the
his shoulder is. This shoulder is the Constitution, and actually, I changed the Constitution
You changed
on
it.
his shoulder.
You
'Cause
changed the Constitution.
I did.
Isn't that
Well, it
against
says
the
all
law?
men are created equal, and that's. I mean, all men are created equal, but really, all people are created equal.
Yeah. Did you change it to people?
So it is people.
Nice, nice. Do you have the Declaration of Independence on there as well?
Aren't they the same thing?
Is it? I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know America enough. Like people are going to
The
yell at me in
Constitution
chat
and
now.
the Declaration of Independence are the same thing.
Oh, are they the same thing? I thought they were two different documents because every time
I'm
I've seen,
pretty
like,
sure.
every time I've seen,
Now
like,
I sound stupid if I'm wrong.
I don't know. Like, you're American. I don't know. But the thing, it's like someone in chat tell us. Because the thing is, every time I've seen like pictures of it and stuff, it's like multiple sheets, and I thought it was like because I thought it was like the Declaration of Independence. I thought was like.
I
multiple
don't
sheets,
know if
and then
it's the
you had-
Declaration of Independence and then the amendments are considered the Constitution. Like like the Bible has the Old Testament and New Testament, but it is the Bible.
Stanley says they're not, but they're not what? They're not the same.
They're not? Brendan!
Munchie says keep digging. I don't know. No, I'm not digging. I don't know because we weren't taught about America in school. Well, at least I wasn't taught about America in school. I wasn't taught everything about the US. We were taught everything in the UK instead. Are you Googling it? Because I need someone to Google
I
this.
am.
Because I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Like if you ask stuff about things in the UK, I might know better. But in terms of the Declaration of Independence was the separation of the US colonies from the British, right? Nate's also looking it up. Is everyone? This is the best stream ever. We're all looking up. I'll look it up as well. No, I won't, just in case my PC dies. But
yeah, one is they are not the same.
They are two separate things.
They are two separate things.
Yes, I'm so happy. I am so happy.
Okay, yeah. So one was we are separated from you.
As an American, I want to say I'm really proud of myself.
One is the separation of we are not British, and then one is these are now the rules that we have.
Okay.
In America.
I thought they were separate because every picture I've seen the pictures of and they're all, and I swear, and I was like, but they're different documents. It was so I thought you'd have the Declaration of Independence and then the Constitution, but I'm so glad we sorted that out. They're two separate things. I love that. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna lie.
He didn't have to deal with one of them because he was dead by then. So
Legion's number grows stronger.
Well, I think if I'm right.
Ha 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 ha! I made IT greetings to the both of you and to everyone in
I think they're
chat.
on the way to deport you.
To deport.
You're being kicked out of America, not like that big. Just being kicked out of.
You find out where you gotta go, but you don't know the difference between the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence.
You can come here. We'll bring them to the Space Marine. We'll put them up next to each other. It'll be hilarious. Also, oh my God, Chris, thank you so much. Chris has just subscribed for 5 months, dude. Thank you so much. Greetings to the both of you and to everyone in chat. Thank you so much. You made it, absolute legend. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for subbing for 5 months. Tier 1 for 5 months, my guy. Thank you so much. But forgetting the Declaration of Independence and the constitutional, it's fine. But anyway, we'll move on. Do you have that anywhere on? Do you have that anywhere? Oh, it's just the you have the Constitution.
Just the Declaration.
Just the Declaration.
He only worked on the Declaration, and really he was only the editor.
That I didn't know. I thought you worked on both.
No, because I just looked it up.
Hey, at least you're honest. At least you're honest and said, because I just looked it up.
The other one was written in 1789 or 1787, and he was, I think, dead by then.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. That's fine. Now, another question for you, which is quite an interesting one, especially when you ask cosplayers, because it's kind of nice to sort of tell cosplayers, or to ask cosplayers this question, because it's nice to see the different answers you get all the time. More specifically, the details in the answer. But how do you view yourself as a cosplayer? You're gonna have to think about this one now, don't you?
How do I think of myself?
How do you view yourself as a cosplayer?
I would say I'm probably non-traditional.
I like that. That's a new one. Non-traditional.
Think of
Yeah.
non-traditional.
I could agree with that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I, despite what my husband might think, I do not do things for clout or like followers.
No. Clout. I get clout. I know what clout is. We all know what clout is. Yeah.
You
No,
know,
trust me. I had some people tell me that the reason I had Evil Ted on my stream was because I only wanted the clout, where I really didn't. Evil Ted's just a really nice guy, and I happened to ask him whether he wanted to be on the stream, and he said yes.
yeah.
It had nothing to do with clout. Like, I ask people to come on. I don't care how many followers they have. They could have 6 followers for all I care. I'm happy to have them on the stream. Talk to them.
And I appreciate that.
You have an awesome cosplay like Instagram. You have an amazing. Your Facebook's awesome too, but your Instagram is so full of just amazing cosplays and amazing work. You genuinely. And not only that, you were on the cosplay. Was it the international or the worldwide cosplay championships or what it was called?
Ultimate, yeah,
ultimate cosplay online competition. When I saw you there, and I saw you were building this for that, even then I was like, I need her on my stream. I didn't even look at your Instagram. I didn't even care how many followers you had. I was like, I need her on my stream. I'm gonna get. So
and it's actually my second time being on Ultimate Cosplay.
No way. See, I'm not gonna lie to you. This was the first time I'd ever heard of it. This was the first one I'd ever watched. I didn't watch the. I didn't know there were more. I thought this was the first one, if I'm honest with you, because I hadn't watched any of them before or knew about it at all. So I did everything. I followed the Instagram, joined the Discord, and I watched the stream as well. I think it was quite early in the morning here by the end of the stream. I was watching it in bed, almost half asleep.
It was late here, so it had to be early there.
Like, almost falling asleep. But it was. I just wanted to know if I wanted to watch people, and I was like, I had like not actual money, but like I had my money on certain people winning. In my own opinion, and I only got one right, which was like fair enough, but I was still like, all the Space Marines. Let's just get first, second, third, Space Marine. Like,
there was actually 3 more Warhammer cosplays that didn't make it to the finals.
Yeah, I was gutted.
That I know of.
Yeah, same. I know of 3 or 4 more, I think, that didn't make it. Also, we've had a hydration from Zug. But no, I think there was a few that didn't make it in, if I'm right in saying.
Yeah. So that was my second time. My first time was I got 3rd place intermediate because they had switched up the categories.
Oh, okay.
With sewing, with the Aes Sedai.
Now, if you could tell me, out of all the stories that you have of yourself, regardless of what cosplay you're in, what is your funniest cosplay story? This is always one of my favorite parts because I love funny cosplay stories. I could tell you 1,000 funny cosplay stories that has happened to myself and the wonderful Ranger of Krieg. And for those of you in chat, by the way, Ranger of Krieg is not with us tonight. He is off on holiday, so he is currently not with us tonight. So he's off at the moment. He's having a night off.
I think so. I know that a lot of cosplayers get this. Because I literally just talked to a few people at a photo shoot that I did in New York last weekend, of people not realizing that I'm the same person.
Yeah, I can tell that because when you look at your cosplay images on Instagram and stuff, you can't tell.
Yeah.
Like, you change yourself so much in terms of, like, when you do cosplays, you change yourself so much. It's hard to if you showed me, if I hadn't gone through your Instagram, if you showed me 3 images and you're like, which cosplayer do you think is the coolest? And I'd be like, oh, that cosplayer is really cool. It's like, cool. Do you know that they're all the same person?
They're all
like,
like, I was practicing Aizawa makeup. It just happened at a con, but my coworkers know that I did characters. That's why I work at the fabric store, is to literally help cosplayers figure out what to use. Like, that's my specialty. So I had sent them a picture of my practice Aizawa, and I come in the next day and my coworkers are really confused and they're like, why did you send me that picture of a guy? And I was like, that's me. Like, I am the guy in that picture.
That's madness.
And they're like, oh, now I get it.
Oh, man alive. Why did you send me a picture of that guy? And you're like, That's your guy. That's your boy. I'm right. This was
I
me.
guess I did a good job.
Yeah, it's like you clearly did a good job when you cannot tell who that person was by looking.
Yeah,
at
and I
them.
wasn't wearing the wig. Like it was this hair, but just with a guy face.
That's so mad. A friend of mine, Warp Raven Cosplay, who's been on the stream, she does some amazing ones, and you have to double take sometimes when she does like guy makeup and stuff. It's like, wow, it's madness what you can do with a few brushes and some paint.
Yeah. So I mean, that's probably like the weirdest one. I've had some really awkward ones.
Oh, awkward's also funny, unless if they're funny, not if they're like
I had
horrible
a
ones.
girl. So my Alistair build is all online. My entire build book, how I did everything, is up to be seen. And this was right when Has-Been came out, and it was like at its peak, and someone wrote to me and was like, how do you bind your chest down so far? And I go, I'm not particularly big, so like that, I'm just wearing a sports bra.
Yeah. Did their face just like fall, and they were just like, I'm so sorry.
Well, it was in a comment, so I didn't see them. But I could just,
it was in a con.
I
It
could
wasn't
just,
at
like,
a con. All right.
sense them being like, oh, shit. So kind of like I don't really have any like particularly funny ones. I was going to a Pride event, and obviously most of the people at the Pride event knew that I was dressed like Alistair from Has Been a Hotel. But a protester was like, look, the devil's going in. And I'm like, damn right I'm going in, because that's where the fun people are. And then everyone was like, Alistair! That was pretty cool.
Yes, that's what you want, though, is positivity, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, out of all the cosplayers you know, whether they're famous cosplayers, friends of yours, people you've had interviews with, people you've spoken to online in comments, people you admire, that kind of thing, who is your favorite cosplayer? Like, everyone knows mine. Mine is Adam Savage. I love Adam Savage. He's my guy. I want him on my stream one day. That would just... I wouldn't make any more streams after. Like, Q&A streams. I'd be like, done.
It's done. That's
done.
why I did it.
That's it. I've reached the peak. I'm done. Like, that kind of thing. I would love to have Adam Savage on. He's an absolute legend. But if you had to think... Because I know there's some people who look up to, like, Kamui Cosplay, SKS Props, Bill Duran, Punish Props, Odin Makes, Evil Ted, for example. So many like famous, like sort of more well-known, Jessica Negri, those kind of people, you know. But also, some people look up to their friends.
Yeah.
So that's why I always like to ask, like, who's your favorite cosplayer?
I mean, I have a bunch of really amazing friends who cosplay. I think... Who do I get? Like, I like Sharon Rose.
Oh,
I loved her stuff when she was around. She's also an incredibly sweet person.
oh, so have you met them? Or?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. We were, before everything died. She wanted to work with me on like a group thing. Which I thought was sweet because, like, shut up, chat. Like, I am a nobody. Shut it. And
do the
it
thing.
was like,
go to her Instagram and like every post.
Acknowledge, like, me. That's crazy. Like, you think this is good? I was dressed as Merida. It was pretty good, but I was like, what are you doing? Like, you think that this is good?
I love that. The thing is, when you do meet people like that, or when someone you admire comes up and like likes your work, or likes your tweet, or just like likes something, or even replies in a comment, or even messages you about something, you know, it's like, yes, you feel like you've succeeded, and I think that's super, super sweet, and I think that's really, really awesome.
Oh my god, why am I blanking on her name? Cutie Pie
It's
Sensei.
because you're on stream. It
happens
to me too. It happens to me.
I like
too.
Cutie Pie Sensei. I love her stuff. I there are a lot of cosplayers who I respect.
Yeah, that's also a good thing. That's also decent. That's also really decent.
I love Haku. I mean,
Haku's awesome. Yeah.
Spent like 3 hours with me.
Oh wow.
Trying to refurbish Ben. Frostbite cosplay is sweet. I mean, they gave me an award, but
still, you can still like them even if they're giving you an award, regardless.
They were sweet beforehand because they knew what an Aes Sedai was. Like I entered Ultimate Cosplay Championship because I had followed most of the judges for years. And it was kind of like a look at me, look at me.
Yeah, no, I get you. No, yeah. It's like, look, I'm here. Like, look, I follow you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
So like all of them are really sweet. I have a unhealthy body opinion of myself.
Good.
So I try not to follow and it's really upsetting, but it's just like my wall of like cosplayers who have a tendency to get over hypersexualized.
I get you. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So like I love Jessica Negri. I like for my mental thing.
Yeah. No.
I can't. Like I love Yaya Han, but for my mind, I can't.
Yeah, I get you. But I do need to ask importantly for everyone in the chat as well. When's Benjamin Franklin, the Space Marine, getting his own OnlyFans? I'm kidding. By the way, OnlyFans. As many of you know, OnlyFans decided they didn't want any that kind of content on their thing.
No, they backed that up.
They've backed that up now. But when that came up, and so many people I know, like so many of my friends who both male and female who do OnlyFans, were like jumping off the platform and jumping onto other platforms instead because they were just like abandoning ship before it sank, which is fair enough. Before they went back on their decision, the Iron Warrior had an OnlyFans, and it was just a comedy one. It was so funny. I feel
like Ben would have one though.
He would totally have one, but I've actually deleted my OnlyFans, so I don't have an OnlyFans anymore. So that funny little haha, I made an OnlyFans, that's gone now. That's gone now. The Iron Warrior no longer has an OnlyFans, but I still have the really funny pictures that Richard Burge made for me, so I'm hoping to post those on my Facebook and stuff soon. He edited like there's like a guy and two girls in a hot tub, and it's just like up to their necks in a hot tub, and it's a perfectly innocent image. But what he's done is he's put OnlyFans at the top, two Sisters of Battle heads on them, and my Iron Warrior helmet on me. So it's just us in a hot tub, and it's so
nice.
So yeah, but no, that Benjamin Franklin in Space Marine, I think he'd have an OnlyFans, yeah. But then, wouldn't it be weird, like spending the currency that he's on? He'd be like, "Oh look, it's me."
I tried really hard to find a way to stick a pair of bloomers out of him somehow.
I get you. That would have been funny. Oh, why didn't you? Oh no, actually, you could use the bloomers between the thigh pieces and stuff instead of like tubing.
Well, he doesn't have tubing.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
They're just fabric right now.
Oh, it's just fabric. Oh, fair enough. You should make a pair of giant Space Marine bloomers then.
They're technically giant Space Marine bloomers.
I mean, technically, yeah. I call them space pants. I mean, that either works.
Yeah. Well, for a long time, I got to say Ben Franklin panties. Which the Space Marine community was not okay with.
It's fine. If anyone
they were like, it's a diaper. I'm like, I do not wear a diaper. They're panties.
I don't call mine pants. Like, sorry, diaper. I call or whatever, nappy or whatever. I call mine. I call mine space pants because they're space pants. Space pants. And
I was just working on this piece. There wasn't the pant part yet. And I was like, Ben Franklin panties.
I love that. Oh my god! Do you think if you had to do that, if you go up and you tried to buy like booze at a liquor store in America, would you just pull out the? Well, he's on a 5, is he?
100. We had this
Sorry,
conversation.
yeah, 100. I keep forgetting. He's on 100. Will you just pull that out as ID? He's like, can I have some ID, sir? Yep, there you go. There's me.
I mean, I have never had $100 bill.
Oh, have you not? I'm not gonna lie. They seem so common, like on TV and movies and stuff. It's just like, yeah, they pull out like $100 bill.
I've gotten them at work.
Are they quite rare? Like £50 notes in the UK are quite rare. You don't see them like in supermarkets and stuff that often because a lot of places don't take them because they're quite
usually you don't take like if. I mean, now I guess it's more common because of inflation is stupid here, and things just it's easier to spend $100.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably more common now, but also like ATMs don't give them out.
Oh, do they not?
You would have to go into a bank to get $100 bill. But I feel like now I need $100 bill and just to frame it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I would love to have $100 bill and frame it, but that would involve using real money.
Yeah,
go and
it's $100 that you can't spend anywhere else.
And convert I'd have to convert the pounds to $100 bill and then and I'd have to go to a travel place where they give you the actual currency and I need $100 bill. They give you $100 bill. And then to frame it, and then to be like, that's money right there. Like,
yeah, and it's so much money.
So I would probably get like a very convincing fake, because you can buy them on eBay. Like you can buy like a wad of $100 bills that all look fairly real.
Yeah.
And they're sort of made out of roughly the same material, but they've got like fake written on the back of them. So I would just frame a $100 bill and be like, that's real. Fuck it, I'm not spending it.
I have his Funko Pop now.
Oh no way! That's so cool. I have a Funko Pop made of me. So wait, I used to tear £50 notes to find the silver strip inside so many fakes years ago. I tell you what though, look at him. Look at these good little bifocals too. It's so cute. I love it.
He sits by the feet so that he remembers who he is.
With that, by the way, can someone in the chat, Nate probably, can one of my mods, can you convert $100 into pounds and tell me how much I would have to spend to get $100 bill? It probably won't be that far off. I don't think the currency...
I don't think it's that much.
No.
I think a pound is worth more.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, 113 pounds would get me $100.
Okay, no, that was wrong.
So 113. That's madness. So I'd have to pay 13 quid. I'd have to pay 13 more. Wait, Nate says no. Okay. Well, someone convert and let me know in chat how much it's like. Just go to currency converter and just go $100 and convert it into pounds. Now, we're gonna take a small little tangent here. Before the stream, I got to meet someone who.
This whole thing was a tangent.
Yeah, true. Oh, there you go. Sorry, £73 is $100.
Yeah.
That's wow. That's interesting. That's a lot less than I thought. I thought it'd be like 80 to 90 almost. You know, with the conversion and stuff. You converted it the wrong way. Ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, who has joined us on this stream, the legend himself, Mr. Evil Ted Smith, is in chat. Ladies and gentlemen, he is in chat. This is amazing. There he is! Exclamation mark Ted in the chat. Absolutely awesome. That's so cool. I have a command set up that my mods post, and it gives everyone all of Evil Ted's links. It gives him all of his links. He's a legend. This is Red Field Cosplay, and Evil Ted, you have... I don't know if you know Red Field Cosplay, but...
Yeah, he judged me twice.
Oh, he did! He did! Yes, he did! Red Field Cosplay is Benjamin Franklin, the Space Marine. Oh my god, yeah, he did. He was on the judging panel. I can't believe I forgot that. So sorry. But yes, Evil Ted Smith, the legend himself, is in chat. What an absolute madman. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. I get messages after streams to my inbox on like Instagram and Facebook being like, Evil Ted just jumps into your streams. I'm like, yeah, Ted visits my
The
streams.
Fourth Legion's number grows stronger.
He was on.
No way! Zug, my moderator, has just gifted Evil Ted Smith a tier 1 sub to my channel. Zug has gifted 137 subscriptions to my channel. Zug, you are a mad lad. You're a legend. Absolute legend. Thank you so much. Ted, welcome. You are now a subscriber. Thank you so much, Zug, for being an absolute legend as always. welcome to the stream. So we're taking a small tangent, even though you said pretty much this has been all a tangent. But I got to meet somebody during our little chat before the stream. Could you go get him?
Hi, you want to come see?
Could you go get him, ladies and gentlemen? We're about to see somebody very special. Oh my god, you guys can't wait. It's the cutest thing ever. You're not going to believe this. Look at the doggo!
Can you sit?
Can you sit on the chair, doggo? Hello!
No. He's not used to this chair. It's very much tinier than he's used to. Now I can get
Look at the doggo! Hello!
Hey!
Who's your good doggo? Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, chat is gonna love this. Yep, puppy. Everyone shout puppy in chat. It's awesome. Everyone type puppy in chat.
Can you say hi?
Such a pretty dog.
Can you say
Such
hi?
a pretty dog. Seriously.
You're being a very good boy. You're being a very good boy.
Evil Ted Smith has just said, love your big builds, Redfield and Ironwire cosplay. Absolute legend. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. His name is Bosun. Bosun!
His name is Bosun.
He's a Corgi Husky mix?
Yeah.
Oh my god. He's a Cusky? Or a Horgy?
Korsky.
Or a Horgy? Or Korsky? That's so cool. Oh my god, that's awesome. That's so cool. The goodest of doggos. The goodest of doggos. Anyway, thought I would treat chat to a lovely doggo. I had to treat chat to a doggo. Absolutely love it. Now, if I have to ask you what your most uncomfortable cosplay is to wear.
Ben.
Oh, is he really? Is he uncomfortable to wear?
I haven't been off the ground for so long that being on the stilts is very uncomfortable.
So
he's not physically very uncomfortable, but he mentally makes me very uncomfortable.
Oh, okay, that's a different story then. But are you running on? I say running. Are you walking on Dura stilts, like plasterers stilts? What are they called? Like drywall stilts, I think they're called in America.
So his upgrade is drywall stilts.
Oh, his upgrade is going to be drywall stilts. Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Because we were talking about the height differential. Drywall stilts don't come as short as I needed them to come.
How short do you need them? Because I was looking at a set of 15-inch tall ones.
15 is as short as they come.
Yeah.
I only wanted to be 12 inches taller. They're a foot taller.
Okay.
I don't know what that is in metric.
No, 12 inches, yeah, that's fine. Just a foot taller,
okay.
Yeah, whatever.
So, because I just thought it was going to be ridiculous being super tall.
Yeah.
So his stilts are more, they're two 3D printed platforms with PVC in the middle of them with metal rods running through down, so from the base to base and then through the PVC, and then it has like a
because there's a video of you on Instagram that Nate has just posted of you walking in just the feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those were bad times.
Oh no, were they?
They're not bad. They're going to be better.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I think of Ben as just like an upright coffin.
Oh wow, that's such a weird. Oh, that's such a strange way of. That doesn't sit comfortably with me.
Like I can, and like I don't, and it's probably different for you because you have hand abilities. I don't have hand abilities.
I can't get over the upright coffin. I can't get over.
Like my claustrophobia is raging when I am in bed, and I can only imagine how uncomfortable I would be on stilts
with a helmet,
not being able to use your hands. And then not being able to see very well.
Yeah, I can understand why you sort of said like it's a dry, like a coffin. I can understand that.
Like,
I can understand that.
Is terrifying to me.
Well, Zug has just said, warning, by the way, drywall stilts will deaden feedback from every step. So apparently every step is... Because Zug has drywall stilts in his. I believe Zug, unfortunately, did take a tumble in his while doing a test walk. He took a tumble in his Space Marine, and Munchie says a cheaper funeral, I suppose. Oh, no, I don't think I could be buried in this thing. I wouldn't want to be buried in my Space Marine.
I wouldn't. No.
That would be weird. That would be so weird. Just getting me in it dead would be weird. Like that would. Oh, this is so morbid. Like it's a roll cage test. Yeah, Zug, you're a legend. I love you, man. Holy crap.
Yeah.
No, seriously, he's a mad lad. We are on page 2, ladies and gentlemen. We are on page 2. Don't worry, there's not many questions left. Don't panic. I'm not going to keep you here for much longer. We have been streaming for over 2 hours. 2 minutes. 2 hours. We've been streaming for over 2 hours now. It's awesome.
We have a lot to say.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Now, coming back to what we were talking about just now, saying about your claustrophobia and stuff like that. Do you think that the Durastilts are going to make it better? And are you going to swap out your right arm for instead of the fist? Are you going to make it so you can actually use your hand, or what are these sort of upgrades you've got planned?
So none of the upgrades necessarily involve making him more comfortable.
Okay.
I think the Durastilts will kind of help the motion. One of the big critiques that I had is that his motion isn't very good. And part of it is being very uncomfortable on the stilts at the moment.
I've not seen him walk in a full suit. Is there a video of you in the full suit walking around?
Yeah, on the Ultimate, the submission that I did for Ultimate has me walking in him.
Oh, damn.
And
I'm going to have to try and find that, unless you can send
very
it to me.
obvious.
I would love to see you walking around in him.
It's
really
very
cool.
obvious. Also, to be fair, we did we did it. We videoed it on my driveway, and we didn't realize that my driveway is slightly tilted backwards.
Oh yeah, because on American driveways like slanted like that, aren't they? Like there's a garage and there's like a.
No, some can be up, or it doesn't matter. Ours is just ever so slightly, like it looks flat until like right where I am, and it's just ever so slightly backwards. So I felt like I was falling backwards the entire time.
Yeah, understandable. Because all your weight starts to go backwards, and you start trying to. Obviously, you're walking uphill then. And the thing is, what people don't understand is, walking uphill is all well and good, but when you're in a Space Marine, you have to think about your feet aren't touching the ground. You're that much more further up, and you don't have your ankle to use as much as you would like lean forward when you're going up a thing. So when you're walking up a ramp in a Space Marine. Like one of the better things to do with a Space Marine if you're walking up a ramp is to do like the Baymax side shuffle up the ramp. Instead of walking up it like that, you walk up it like sideways if you're uncomfortable, like you said. I have walked up ramps, but man, it can be.
If Space Marines ever attack, everyone up a hill.
Yeah, everyone up a slight incline. Quickly
can't go
up a
up
slight incline.
When Brendan competed in his and in person, because there was cons when he competed in his, and his bane was the covers of electrical cords.
Oh,
like those little tiny ramps.
Those little boxes. You open up the little yellow thing, you put the cables in, you close the yellow thing, you can drive things over them.
Bane of his existence.
Yeah, I bet.
Couldn't. I was like, all right, good to know.
Yeah.
Just around our house.
I tell you what, I can step over quite. I've got good range. Don't get me wrong. I'm 6'2" and I'm 7 in the suit. So when I'm walking, I can step over stuff if I need to. I can side shuffle through things. But I will tell you this: tiled flooring can go to hell. Tiled flooring can just. There's a special place in hell for tiled flooring. I don't care who you are. I walked into a big convention hall at MCM, and the actual main hall bits where everything is, where all the cosplayers are, where all the stalls are, celebrities, photo booths, everything you can think of, in both sides, fully carpeted. Amazing. You can just walk in. It's fully carpeted. No problem. But the hallway, the main foyer, the hallway that goes the length of the building that you walk up to get to where you need to go, is this polished fucking marble softness. And I was walking along, and I started going like, oh God. And I held my feet, and I could do that. And I could do that. And I was like, oh, this is so not cool. This is not okay. So I started walking slower. I was just walking slowly. Yeah. And my spotter asked me, he's like, why are you walking so slowly? And I was like, it's a tiled floor. And they literally went, yeah. And I was like, do the thing. And and in a normal pair of shoes, slid their feet on the floor and went, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, a little bit. Let's just walk slowly, take our time. Got to the carpet, and it was just like, stop. Like, doesn't matter.
part of upgrade for Ben is that Ben's whole foot, the bottom of his shoe, is all rubber.
Oh, Zug has done the same. I haven't. I know that's one thing
I have to take some of it out.
Oh, you
because
do?
it like adhesives to the floor.
Oh.
And it makes it real, like you can stumble.
Yeah. Because I always worried about the rubber coming off like that and then like catching on the floor, going underneath itself, and then me tripping over.
I was worried about that, but at some point I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, that's why I never did it. I've stuck with, I've got EVA foam, and I slice it with a knife, and I put some strings of hot glue all over it back at the beginning. Yeah. And I walked in it for a year, and all that hot glue's gone now. It's just rubbed away from walking and stuff. I will eventually need to start, like, you know, replacing the bottom of the boot at some point. It's gonna have to happen. I'm not looking forward to that day because, good God, that's like, you know, he's getting on a bit now, and I've not changed the floor once, so it's gonna be a fun time changing the bottom of those things. But I really hope you manage to do what you want to do upgrade wise and get the Durastilts in. Are you going for the 15s then, since they're the smallest you can get? Yeah,
it's going to be 15s. Part of the situation that we have come up with, talking to Haku, is that my foot is in the wrong place, so that the knee doesn't look correct.
Oh, on the actual shoe, you mean? So like it's there, so you're like either there or there, but you're not in the middle, kind of thing.
No, it's my foot is here,
right,
and the knee is here.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So my foot can't, like, it's, if my foot was where the knee is, that's an actual joint.
Yeah, where the joint would be. Yeah, that's that. Let's say you
so
if you had like 18-inch stilts, that would be that.
Yes. So if I put in the 15 inches, my ankle would be closer to the knee.
Yeah. Your actual knee should be in just before the thigh, then, will it? If you're walking on 15s.
Almost.
like,
Yeah, it would be in the thigh.
Near as damn it. Yeah.
This is that whole like short problem.
Yeah, but thing is though, what's cool about that is you can work on it. Like you said, you're putting 15s in, then you can work on it. And the best thing about the 15s, by the way, is they're 15 at the smallest. If you need to go up one, you just undo them and it goes, because the 15s go from 15 to 17, do they? They can go, because they can go up and down.
They can go pretty, yeah.
So if you need that extra inch, you can add an extra inch if you need it, obviously.
We're gonna have to see how the thigh proportions end up.
Yeah, that's another thing. I love talking Space Marines. If anyone is wondering, like, he's not looking at the chat, it's because I love talking Space Marines. I love talking Space Marines. It's amazing.
So if we go from top to bottom, I'm replacing his shoes so that they look more like cast iron.
Okay, cool. Although I do love the shoes as they are. They're so cool. They're
going to look the same, but they're going to have a different texture.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome.
The stilts will make it a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Nothing really is happening with the thigh. We're replacing this piece with
the midriff. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're replacing the midriff just red because in my head, in my costumey head, he's wearing a coat over a coat, and I can't do it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Oh, I thought, because to me, when I saw it, I thought he was wearing a waistcoat. Like, you know, a waistcoat.
Yes, he will be wearing a waistcoat.
And I thought he was wearing a waistcoat and then a coat over it. That's, to me, how it looks. When I saw the picture of him, I thought he was wearing a waistcoat.
That should be how it looks. But there's actually, before, the coat wasn't here. So there's a brown piece that acts like his overcoat.
Oh, okay.
That needs to go away.
Yeah, all right.
Like, in my head, it doesn't belong. But what we can do is we'll take this red, drop it down so that the waistcoat or the undercoat vest thing goes down into here. Help cover up some of this.
There you go.
Motherfucker. He's getting a belt, like a white sash. A little like shrine. When they put things in reliquary, he's getting a reliquary.
Oh, a reliquary. Cool. That's pretty
That's going to light up.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
We are doing his hand. We're making the light spear.
Oh,
and then the ball vents on his backpack will be changed to make them look more like cast iron so that they look more like cannonballs.
Yes, that's sick.
And his wood is a little dark, so we're going to lighten that back up.
Oh, that's going to be, you're just going to dry brush, I take it, and just make it a bit lighter, and that's so cool. I love that those are the upgrades that are coming. I'm looking forward to those upgrades. I'm really looking forward to seeing your updates and stuff. I'm really excited for that. With the upgrade stuff you're saying, are you going to be doing anything in terms of adding audio or anything like that to him?
We have thought about it. My friend has an audio, one of those motion sensitive audio tracks. We're contemplating what he would sound like.
Because to me, it would just be dun 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 dun. It would just
be the presidential march
while you're walking, and that would be it. But no, like have you watched Futurama where Nixon gets a giant robot body, and then it's just that music, and he goes up to the White House and goes knock knock, and it just smashes.
Just smashes the door. Yeah,
it's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a thought. It would be like, what would he sound like?
Yeah.
I mean, it would hide all of the squeaking that a Space Marine makes.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why my Mega Stomp is the best. I love my Mega Stomp. it makes all the noises and then stops the suit from. I mean, my suit doesn't squeak too much. There is one strap that squeaks on my foot, and it rubs against the foam, and it makes a squeaking noise. I've tried to get rid of it, but it's difficult to get rid of. Everything else seems pretty decent at the moment, but yeah, there's some bits I need to get rid of in terms of squeaking. But the Mega Stomp deals with all of that because you just can't hear it. And also people tend to not hear things, they just tend to see you and be like, oh my god! Yeah. And that kind of distracts them from the noises, I guess. But yeah, I get what you mean with that. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing the upgrades you do to him. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be so cool. Are you thinking a cape at all, like a giant American flag?
I don't think so. I think that whole like America mentality would start to happen.
Yeah, I get you. I'm not gonna lie to you. You should play Team America, the theme. America, fuck it. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm winding you up.
I thought about bringing him to England and see what would happen, but I feel like
people would love it. People here would love it. You have no idea. People would love it. Seriously, people would go nuts for you. You walk through MCM wearing that, you're gonna get stopped everywhere. You're gonna become a fire hazard. You go, excuse me, you're blocking the entire hallway with people. Please move. I have been told off so many times for being a fire hazard. I love it. I am a fire hazard.
But I have thought about dressing my handlers.
Yes. Oh my god! If you don't give them the hats with the buckle on them, that would be.
You're showing you're not Americanness.
I don't know. I'm Welsh. I live in Wales. I'm not. The thing is, when people are, oh, you're British. I'm not British. I am Welsh. There's such a strong thing about it. I am Welsh. So I have no idea.
The hats with the buckles are Puritans.
Oh, okay.
Which also, like, Ben Franklin would not be about that life anyway.
Okay, fair enough. I just think those hats are cool with the buckle.
I have one. That's not his life, though.
Okay, fair enough.
They're not fun people. I thought about, I don't know if you know, somebody in chat probably does, or could send you a picture of the painting, The Spirit of 76.
Spirit of 76. We'll see.
It's a famous painting.
Spirit of 76.
Yes, it's 3 guys. One has a flag, one has a pipe, and one has a drum, and it's like after some war.
Yes, I have seen this. I have seen this picture. I have it up here. Yes, I do. I have seen this picture.
So I thought about dressing my handlers like that.
That'd be pretty cool. With the.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Especially if they're like slightly like biomechanical.
Would you get them a drum? Would you get them a drum each? That'd be pretty cool.
Well, I think only one has a drum. But then again, like
two of them have drums.
Two of them have a drum.
One has a pipe. Two have drums.
Okay, but then again, like that could cover up my squeaking sound. But I feel like that also like defeats the purpose of having a handler.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie. If my spotter had a drum, it would lessen their chances of helping me if I fell. They'd be like, "Oh crap!" and they got to get the drum off, which is fair. And if they have a piccolo or something or a pipe or something, they could just go toss it and then just come over.
Yeah.
I say fall over and stuff. Space Marines don't fall that often. It's
They
quite
don't fall.
rare. It is quite rare that it happens. It either happens during testing, for example, like when Zug was testing, and it happens. I've almost taken a stumble in here. I've fallen once in my suit forever ago when I had Durastilts and one of them broke. It's the reason I went to. They were old. If you're buying yours new, great. Don't buy them secondhand. No.
Why would you do that?
Because mine actually had rust on them, and one of the bolts sheared. I'm not even. Thing is though, I don't know if you've seen, but we were the Dancing Space Marines at Sci-Fi Weekender. Me and David Roth are the Dancing Space Marines, and afterwards one of the stilts went, and I was just like, oh crap. So I changed to platforms instead because I don't trust stilts anymore.
Well, you only need like 5 more inches, so.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I don't really, it doesn't bother me too much, but it's fine. Space Marines falling is it's like an aircraft crash. Oh God, Raiden horrific. Jesus. But
keeping
anyway,
that morbid streak going, guys. Let's do it.
Let's do this. But back
Standing
to
coffins, airplane crashes.
Standing coffins. Have you? By the way, you got a black box inside yours, right? Just in case something goes wrong and you fall over. You got a black box flight recorder just in case.
Yeah.
Is Warhammer something that's had like a huge impact on your life?
I'm gonna say no.
Fair.
No,
it doesn't have to. Like, it really doesn't. Because to me, it's different. Warhammer's had a huge impact on my life, and a lot of people in chat know why. But it's because of the community and stuff, and what I do now. It's But obviously, you've only built your Space Marine, over the last year. So
yeah.
But I don't know your background with Warhammer. Whether you've been playing it for years, tabletop or something. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to.
So we discussed this before.
Of course.
Stream. I was introduced through books.
Yes, the Warhammer 40k novels. Yes. We
don't have a lot of space, so my husband reads them, and that's kind of more of how I was introduced to Warhammer.
Awesome.
So I think as a cosplayer, it has affected my life. Ben has affected my life.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that was 100%.
As a and just the process of building him and the community and all of that stuff, rather than making friends through gaming.
I got you. Because don't get me wrong, I know a few friends of mine who have made friends through just gaming, but I've made more friends through cosplay than I have done in any other way in my life. Like even in school, I made less friends in school than I have done in cosplay, and I still have the original group of friends I have from school. Still, we still do a lot together.
And I think it's a different group of friends because Ben isn't normal.
Yeah.
So the hardcore Warhammer fans are like, what the fuck is that? I don't want anything to deal with it.
The Warhammer purists.
Yeah. Whereas creative people are like, I'm sorry, did you what now?
Yeah. Basically like I did at the beginning of the stream. Like, no, what?
Yeah. So cool. I think it's and I don't have a chapter.
No.
Some people bond over a chapter.
Yeah.
Ben doesn't have one.
I've got these 2 questions written down from earlier. Remember I told you I was going to ask you these 2 last, but you've jumped the gun. Do you know what we're going to do? I'm going to ask you one of these questions now is, if Benjamin Franklin had a chapter, what chapter would he be in? I had these 2 questions. I had these questions written down. And not only that, it was he would probably be loyalist. I'm not gonna lie. He would probably be loyalist. He wouldn't be a chaos space.
But
I don't see him. I know that's the thing. He would be an imperial, he would be a loyalist to the emperor. I could see him being a loyalist. But what I want to know is the freedom chapter. What actual chapter? What real chapter?
We have 2 chapters we don't know about. I'm saying that one is a chapter full of women and one is a chapter full of bitches like this. Maybe they're the same. There's so much of me. I am a chapter. I am one of the missing chapters. That's my answer.
This is too good. But seriously, an Ultramarine. I don't think he'd be an Ultra Smurf. I don't know if he'd be an Ultra Smurf. I don't know. That's the thing, but that's the question I wanted to put out there because it's such a good question. What chapter would Benjamin Franklin be? It'd be really cool to know. Actual chapter, not like a made-up chapter, but an actual chapter.
Freedom chapter.
That would be really, really cool to know. But a lot of people are saying Ultra Smurfs. A lot of people are saying Ultramarines. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll have to put a poll up or something at some point.
I think also the colors lend itself more to an Ultramarine.
Yeah, probably with the blues. I can imagine him punching Carter Sicarius as well. But I'm Carter Sicarius. Bang. But yeah, where did you get your cosplay name from?
So my cosplayer name kind of came from the fact that I had a fashion line beforehand, which was Red Field Design.
Yeah.
And I've kind of gotten this really weird response, like people ask that and then they like come up with their own answers to like what it means. So like I've gotten like it's an orgy of vampires.
Okay.
It's a field of it's just a lot of like blood references.
A field of poppies would be nice. That's a field of poppies. That's quite nice.
Magical place.
Magical place.
Really, I think it's like it's an author from a book that I didn't even read. I think I had to read it in high school, and it was like one of those books that I was like, no, I'm not gonna read it.
It's nice to have that sort of a bunch of people who try and guess and interpret it at least.
So I think that's part of it was like, I think it was like a place of like a depressive place.
Yeah.
Like a Red Field is like a depressive place. Which like for an angsty high schooler, you're like, that's amazing. And then it kind of turned into like this like Red Field, the girl with the red hair.
Well, I mean, I guess.
So I was like, that also works. Do you remember it? Yes. Done.
See, I mean, don't get me wrong. I had Red Chaos Cosplay on before you. So it was Red Chaos Cosplay and then Red Field Designs. It was like a lot of red going on. It's just like, but I'm not gonna lie. I remember your name. The one I don't remember is the one you have on your Facebook, and I keep typing in Red Field Designs, but you have a different one on your Facebook, don't you? Which is
no, Red Field Design is the Facebook. Alternative Couture is the
one.
Instagram.
Instagram, that's the one.
And I think there might still be somewhere my old account that was Red Field Designs, but I can sit there. I've already scored like 7 times.
It's an 18+ stream. You're allowed to.
Kept referring me.
Interesting.
So I would get locked out of my account all the fucking time.
Oh my god.
And I was like, this is my account. Like, that's my business name.
Yeah.
And it once I turned it from Red Field Design to Alternative Couture, it went away.
That's madness.
So then like a lot of Redfield is also like a last name.
Yeah.
So I actually got a few messages of like people trying to find relatives.
Interesting.
Whose last name is Redfield. And they're like, are you a Redfield? And I'm like, technically, no.
Yeah, no. Technically,
I'm not. I don't know who your aunt is. I'm sorry.
Technically, I'm a Franklin, you know. Benjamin Franklin. I'm a descendant, you know. And power armor has been handed down through generations.
Found this in the attic.
So cool.
So that kind of, and it just kind of, you know, there are lots of people who are named Redfield, so that kind of also ended up being like, oh, I can't, you know, get a Discord with Redfield on it. I guess I'll be Alternative Couture. Like, I can't get a TikTok with Redfield on it, so I guess Alternative Couture again. I don't think I'm going to change because Redfield is how I introduce myself at cons.
Well, exactly, and if that's your thing, then you're not going to, like, I'm Iron Warrior Cosplay. Everything is Iron Warrior Cosplay.
Yeah.
That's how I introduce myself. If I had to change that one day, I don't think that would work. Not at all. Not for me anyway. It would ruin a lot of stuff for me. I don't think I'd be able to do much in the way of cosplay if I couldn't use my name.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work for me. So it is difficult, don't get me wrong. But would you prefer to use Red Field Design, or would you prefer to use Alternative Couture?
I think Red Field is just easier to say.
Yeah, true. Because it's that one I keep forgetting, which is Alternative Couture.
And
That's
really, if you Instagram it and you like type in Red Field Design, also come up.
Yeah, that's how I've been able to find you. But I tried you before and I couldn't find you.
It's not a deal breaker.
No.
Like people can still find me.
100%. 100%. And by the way, all of Redfield's links are in the chat. If you guys want to go and follow her work, it is amazing. Now, this is a sad question for you here, but this is the last question, which is, where can we find you on the World Wide Web?
Almost everywhere. That's not true. So you can find me on Facebook at Redfield Designs. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Alternative Couture. And that's really about it. Like, I don't do much other social media things. I'm working on getting some stuff up. I have in Etsy, but it usually is like winter things, like Christmas things. Since I sew a lot, it's more like gifts.
Yeah.
Rather than like patterns and that kind of stuff. So I don't use it a lot. But if you want a Yule card, I sell those, and I sell baddie scarves. And I will eventually be selling these t-shirts. Pick one up.
Hey, merch! Everyone, look at the merch. Look at her merch and look at my look at the merch. The merch. Go buy the merch. Buy the merch. No. But seriously, can I just say thank you so much for being on my stream. It really was so much chat. I wasn't even sure, because I was like, I know I'm going to be talking a lot about her Space Marine. I really hope she doesn't get annoyed that I'm going to be talking about her Space Marine. Because, I mean, it's amazing. It's such an amazing work of art. And it's fantastic. And every little detail on it is just, and it's amazing. It screams, it screams different. And that's what I like about it. It's not just a standard chapter, a standard Space Marine. It is different, and I love it. And I think that's literally what makes you stand out. And it's fantastic.
Thanks.
So
before we go, do you want me to scan up and down him?
Oh my god, yes, please.
Because we've only seen like this half of him.
That would be cool.
I mean, it's the best half.
It's the crotch shot, of course.
It's just the crotch shot.
Yeah, absolutely. That's obviously.
So he is missing a foot because that one's in rehab.
It's in rehab. I love that. There's his foot. The turkey leg is so cool. The turkeys look terrifying. It is so cool. Look at the thighs with the wooden barrels in them is so sick. So cool. Oh, it's so cool. Seriously, I hope you guys appreciate this as much as I do, because I love this. I think this is fantastic. It's such a cool Space Marine. It's so badass. The cannon I can't get over. The cannon's so cool with the Nixie tubes and stuff. So badass.
There's the bifocals.
The bifocal. Yeah, zoom in on the thing. Yes, there they are. With the oh, do you know what? I need a pair of those so bad. I just need.
You can. They're I found them online. They're pretty easy to find.
I'm gonna have to get a pair.
And then unfortunately, his backpack and his giant Mason symbol, which we never talked about.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Mason symbol. Damn. Oh, it's fine. We'll probably have another stream at some point. But if you guys haven't already, please go check out Redfield's links. They are in the chat. And seriously, I cannot thank you enough for being on my stream. Honestly, you've been such a laugh. You've been so much fun. And I really appreciate it. You've been very bubbly and happy, and I think it's fantastic. There are more people like you in the community now, and it's not just all serious.
Nope, we're weird fuckers.
Good. That's what I like. We're weird people. But seriously, thank you again. And also, before we do go, I'm going to give a massive thank you to my moderators for the night. I want to give a huge shout out to Zug. Please go follow his link there. And also Nate the Chill Valhallan. Ranger of Krieg is in there too if you want to go follow him, but he has not been here tonight. He's away on holiday. So I'm running 2 mods tonight instead of 3. They have been legends as always. Nate and Zug, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. But once again, Redfield Design, thank you so much for coming. We
Thank
shall
you for having
see
me.
you all again for the next stream. But remember, guys, there are only 2 streams left. There are only 2
And they're
left.
awesome.
There are 2 left. So
Knowing who they are
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. Redfield knows. And no, don't message her. She won't tell you. But she knows. Genuinely, thank you so much to everyone. We shall see you all again soon. Bye for now.